Only a crisis, real or perceived, produces real change. That's a powerful historical truth. And it raises the question of what might be the political implications of this coronavirus. What are the dangers and opportunities of this crisis that we're faced with? I think the danger is the possibility of reinforcing authoritarian tendencies that we've already been seeing emerge in the last few years with the rise of far-right populism. With the virus, we're seeing governments restricting movements of people, increasing surveillance, ramping up police powers, which might be appropriate in a pandemic, but the question is whether there will be an authoritarian residue because of it, and a rise of unaccountable government which will be locked into our political systems, in effect a further lurch to the right, which could get reinforced by the growing movement of people who believe that we can only deal with other crises, such as the climate crisis, by turning to benign dictators or enlightened despots with a mythical capacity to take the long view and get things done. Now, the alternative is that this moment of rupture provides an opportunity for reinventing democracy itself. We all know that democracy in general is far too short-termist, and here is a chance to inject long-term thinking and intergenerational justice into our political systems. We know that future generations have been written out of the political story for far too long. We are failing to protect their interests, whether due to future threats from the spread of genetically engineered pandemics or the ecological destruction of the living world. So how can we shake up our political systems and make them more inclusive? Well, I think we should be building on the extraordinary wave of citizen organizing that's emerged in response to the virus in recent weeks. An explosion of mutual aid support groups in cities and towns across the world, community care for the vulnerable, people organizing home delivery of food for the elderly. It's a reminder of the power of grassroots citizen action to bring about change. And I think we can tap into this for creating a broader, deeper and longer change in democracy itself. I'm particularly inspired by other great grassroots citizens movements, such as the Future Design movement in Japan, where they bring together people for city planning and they split people into two groups. The first group are told that they are residents from the present day, and they are asked to make plans for the cities and towns where they live. The second group alongside them are told that they are citizens from 2060, and they are given beautiful ceremonial robes to wear. And it turns out that the citizens who imagine themselves from being in 2060 come up with much more radical city plans in terms of health and environment and education and other areas of public policy. And I think we need to try and spread this kind of citizen assembly across our democracies today and combine the energy behind those ideas with the incredible organizing energy behind the citizens' movements going on today in response to the coronavirus. We know we can do this. We know we can organize. Let's take this opportunity to redesign democracy itself for the longer term. And I can guarantee you that our future generations are going to thank us for it.